Hi gorgeous, welcome to episode number 58, and today we are having the wonderful Jennifer S. Royal back with us.
Hi, this is Jennifer S. Royal. You are listening to the Heart Sells podcast with the host Christine Schlonski. Enjoy!
It is so wonderful to have Jennifer back today and to go deeper into how to handle rejections, how you can change your mindset and really do something that is good for you, because rejections never really feel good. But before we dive in, make sure you are reserving your free seat at the Sales Mentality Makeover Masterclass, where Jennifer is a guest speaker and teacher, and where we will go deep into a teaching segment so that if you really put that into action, it will change your business and life. So hop on over to christineschlonski.com. This is where you find all of my magic. You find the podcast with the show notes, the transcripts, and all the links to Jennifer, as well as you find the Sales Mentality Makeover Masterclass number 3 in the menu. All you need to do is put in your name, your email address, and you will get a notification when we get started. Plus, there is a kickoff event on April 30th at Brandenburg Gate, where I will pop a bottle of champagne to celebrate you, your magic, and your gifts. So make sure you sign up, that you do not miss the party. And definitely that you tune in when Jennifer is teaching more of her magic. In case you've missed the last episode, Jennifer is a professional magician and mindset coach, and she already started doing magic at the age of 4. Ever since, she studied every field of magic, including mentalism and hypnotism. And after getting 2 academic degrees and working in the film industry in Germany and Hollywood, she became a full-time entrepreneur and now teaches people what they can learn from the mindset of a magician, making the impossible possible on a daily basis using special thinking strategies. Jennifer is also the host of the international podcast Pure Mind Magic that interviews brilliant minds from around the world on how we can create more magic in business and in life using our mind in a different way. I'm so excited to have Jennifer back on the show. Welcome to Heart Sells.
Thank you, Christine. I'm happy to be back with you.
Yeah, I loved our first interview, and I love talking about the illusions and the magic and the mindset. I just think it's fascinating, and especially your unique combination of you being an illusionist, bringing the mindset piece into businesses. And we learned a lot about sales, asking for the sale, that we are all unique. And therefore, with a unique approach, you can also ask for, higher fees for your services. So I really would love to know, how do you handle rejections? How do you handle when somebody says no? You're just going to read their mind and plant a seed, or how do you deal with this?
Yeah, good question. So we all have to deal with that. And no matter which industry, it's always a numbers game. So maybe when you're a coach, you know this with having to deal with refunds. So there will always people refunding things. And it's the same with being a magician. And I guess it's even harder being an actor, because you go to all those coachings and you get rejected so many times until you hit it. And you have to develop this resilience with it. And it's the same with magic. So I know when there are a lot of people wanting to get an offer, they are calling in, they are sending emails, that some of them are just interested in the fees or whatever, and some of them ask for for 10 other magicians and then they forget, and it's just normal. So when I was a teenager, it was tougher to deal with it. But now, after all these years and getting so much into the whole process of being an entrepreneur and also being an author and a podcast host, I really evolved over time, and it's just normal. Of course, it doesn't feel good, so no one likes that, but it happens and it's normal. And when it happens, the best strategy is not to put too much energy in it, because where you concentrate is where your energy goes. So when you concentrate on having these rejections and feeling bad, you will get more of it, so you will attract more of it. And so I notice it, and then I go on, and I'm sure, and I think to myself, that wouldn't have been a good fit for me, like doing a performance there. And that's my approach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so don't take it personal, and just move on to the next opportunity.
Yeah, it happens to the best in every industry. It's just normal, and you can't be everybody's darling. So whatever you are doing, there will always some people who love you, some people that are neutral to what you're doing, and other people that just hate you, whatever you are doing. And even if you would change your face, they would still hate you, or other people would hate you. And that's normal. It's like statistics. And when you think of it in this analytical way, it's easier to just let it go.
Mm-hmm. So often in entrepreneurship, we have like these ups and downs, and, altogether it's probably some kind of a balance or harmony. But for people who deal not as well with rejections as you are dealing today, so what would you recommend if they have a bad day and they get maybe like one or two, maybe even more rejections in one day? What could they do from the mindset perspective to change their feelings?
Great question. So there's a small trick what you can do. I mentioned not focusing too much on that. So the best way is to shift your focus to something else and do something for yourself that elevates your self-worth. So something just for you. And when it's only that you go to have your favorite coffee and take some 10 minutes just for you, reading a good article or watching a motivational YouTube video, anything that just puts your mind to something else that will help letting go. And there's also something that you can learn from magic, because our mind can't think two thoughts at the same time. So you can always think only one thought. And I learned that from the great escape artist Harry Houdini, who is still well known till this day. And Harry Houdini did performances where he got locked away in the craziest places with handcuffs, and he had just about 1 to 3 minutes to escape before the box was falling apart and then onto flames or spikes or something like that. His life was always on the line and in real danger. And once he was asked why he is doing all this just for entertainment purpose for his audience and what is going on in his mind, because imagine that you are a person who is maybe a coach or a therapist or an entrepreneur, you're sitting on your desk, you're having business meetings, but imagine your job would be to get paid for locking yourself up in small, dark boxes, trapped with handcuffs. So how does that feel?
Not good.
Yeah, true. And Houdini did it for years and years. And then there was his secret, because I think it was a journalist who asked him, what is going on in your mind while you are trapped in this dark box? And Houdini answered, I only have one thought. So my mind concentrates on one thought. and then there's no other room to think another thought. And I always have this thought in mind and keep repeating it in my mind: escape, 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 escape. So he was saying that again and again in his mind, so that there no other thought had a chance to come to his mind. So he was fully focused 100%, and this is how he could escape all these dangerous situations, because there was no distractions, only the thought of escaping on his mind. And I think this is a really, really strong lesson. So keep that in mind. When something negative happens, you get a rejection, shift your mind, concentrate on something else, and there will be no more room for this negative thought.
I love it. Yeah. So when you think like I must because I need the money to succeed, you can focus actually on alignment. You can focus on what's going great in your business, in your life, to go back into that positive feeling where you then can attract the perfect next client.
Definitely, because when you say I need that money, what you attract is I need this money. So it's also why I'm telling people that words are so powerful. And now it's kind of funny and cheesy, these magic words people were using, and normally no modern magician uses them in a show anymore. But we do have these words of abracadabra. And I think, Christine, I mentioned it to you that when we met in person, that almost no one knows what it's actually meaning. And abracadabra means in English, I create as I speak. So watch your words, because you can speak things literally into existence.
Wow, that's so powerful. So how would you speak a sale into existence?
I knew you were asking me this question now.
Because you're reading my mind.
Yes, I'm doing this all the time, so I'm multitasking here. And you bring me to reveal all my secrets, obviously. So I wanted to keep some of them for the masterclass, but yeah, fortunately I have a lot of them, so I can share a few today.
Wonderful.
So concerning the sales, it's also important that you approach it with a positive mindset. And when you use this technique of words, think of it in your mind and in this inner self dialogue as if you got the sales already, like formulating everything in this positive present tense sentences that it happened. And a very, very, very powerful technique here is to imagine that the other person says yes and is happy to work with you. And when you are able to imagine and hear in your mind these words from in the voice of the other person, then it is highly likely to happen exactly that way.
Okay. So what, sometimes, especially in coaching or when we offer like bigger packages, we have that personal communication to find out, can we really serve? Is the client the perfect match for us as well? Which I think is really important to see it from that perspective, that it's not just one way. It's not just, do they like me? Will they work with me? It's like also, do I like them? Will I work with them? So what you need to do is, once you figure out it is a perfect match, then you start imagining them saying yes, or do you already do that before?
It depends. So when you have an exact picture in your mind of who you would like to work with, it's really likely that you will upfront attract the right people to you and the right clients, because again, it's this energy thing and this frequency. And I love the saying that whatever you seek is seeking you. And also when you think of coaching in general, so there are people that just love to waste all the time and try everything for themselves. But most people, and I guess people you as a coach, consultant, therapist, or entrepreneur would like to work with, are people that are interested in personal development, in getting a better version or becoming a better version of themselves, and also like in taking shortcuts. And the best way is whatever you are trying to do, find the best one in this industry and get this one as your coach or mentor. And I mean, this person has gone the way before. So why figuring out everything by yourself when there is someone who can help you? This will save you a lot of money and time in the end, and also energy that you can use for other things. And I found out that people are really aware of that. So meaning they come to you with this attitude of being prepared to learn and taking advice, and they are really willing to transform when they reach out to you as a coach or consultant. And I think this is really something you have to keep in mind, because there is a magic principle that is called once in advance, and you're kind of that when you get approached by someone already, because meaning they are really interested in working with you, and it would be a shame if you wouldn't have the right offer for them.
That's wonderful. So the advice basically would be to ensure that people who are not your ideal clients are not even coming your way. You need to get really, really clear on who you want to work with and what exactly you want to offer them.
Definitely. So this would be the best way. And of course, so we are podcasting here. This is kind of radio. So we are sending out signals at the moment, and everyone that is on the right frequency is exactly now listening to that. So meaning for everyone that has tuned in, you and I have an interesting message or information for that person that helps them, and all of the listeners were attracted to that right in this time and space. So this is really interesting. And also, of course, you are radiating out your energy, your mindset all the time, and you attract what equals with that. So what's a match? And when you change it, you will attract different things, obviously. And so I think this is really important to keep that in mind and to start with that. And as you mentioned, Christine, you're so right with clarity, because I always bring this funny example. So when you call the delivery service and you order a pizza, and like 2 minutes later you order again and say, oh no, I would like to have a pasta now. So what will you get in the end? So decide for yourself first before you start like sending out your signals.
Yeah, a pasta pizza.
Yes, actually we have that in Germany, I guess, in some pizza stores, but I'm sure you got the point.
Yeah, oh, totally. I just had to smile because often people have a lack of taking action. And I always use some metaphor like, you don't call the pizza person is not going to deliver your dream, right? They're going to come with a pizza because that's what they do. That's what they come for, to your door, but not with your dream. So you need to get up from that couch and you need to take some action that gets you closer to your dream. So I just had to smile when you came up with pizza.
Yeah, 2 points to that. So first, when I was at a diner and I saw this pizza with pasta on top, I thought, I'm pretty sure that they actually created it for people who can't decide. So they have both. And then the other point, I have to say that as a magician. So when you say that the pizza boy won't deliver your dream, maybe, because everything is possible, the pizza boy will deliver a hint for you. Meaning when you're on the perfect frequency, it could be that with your next delivery, you get a special offer, like a flyer or anything, just something that has a message for you or that triggers a mental breakthrough. So always say to yourself, stay open-minded, because in every second, everything could turn around and everything is possible.
Yeah, I do love that. So maybe we need to hang more so I can learn more of the sit on your couch, relax, and everything is delivered to you. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about that being open. Um, because I feel that if you get to the point where you are stressed and worried, you are kind of shutting down your field. Your body becomes tight. You can't think creatively, and you're not open to possibilities. So what do you do to stay open to the messages of, the universe, life, however you want to call it?
Mhm. Yeah, and I want to add that, of course, I'm not advising to just sit on the couch and waiting for everything to be
Yes.
delivered. It was just like staying this open-minded. So
Yes.
because, I mean, things could come from a direction you would least expect it. So that was what I was trying to say. And of course, it's true. So it's very important to make decisions when you are in a good state of mind. So when you are feeling well, because normally really nothing good comes out when you make decisions, when you are under stress and feeling pressure and just not feeling well. It's also really important to listen to your intuition there.
Mm.
And what helps, of course, I mean, everyone is different, but I found that meditation really helps to stay in this positive vibes and to be, yeah, just in a good mood before taking inspired action. And also, I found out that working out helps. It releases a lot of stress. So when you have a stressful day, this is my best advice. So head over to the gym or go for a walk, take some fresh air,
Mm.
and remove yourself from the environment you are in at the moment. So this will really work magic.
Yeah, I agree. I always go for, when I'm stressed, I go for walks. I feel that this really supports me to kind of, walk that worry and stress out of my body into the ground and just leave it there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So that's amazing. Are you I mean, it feels like you can, create whatever you want to create. Are you using mantras or inspirational quotes to rely on or to come back to when you're not having such a great day, or to support your mission? Or are you totally um on your own magic?
Yeah, I use different things to kind of trick myself in a positive way. And I think what you can use too is that I have like things all around my home where I get reminded of positive things and things I connect with positive things. So I have pictures on my desk, all the things that would uplift my energy. And
Hmm.
there's also a really great technique. So it's too much to explain now in this podcast, but it's basically about connecting several objects in your home with special intentions. And like that, it will create a special energy field and working with your subconscious mind automatically. And also, I got some principles of quantum physics. I think this is also too much to go into this now, but maybe in the masterclass we are doing. So that really, really can help you. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays are interested in like getting systems to run their businesses,
Hmm.
or at least parts of it, so that you can automate things you don't like and concentrate more on your core competence. And this is like a strategy of doing that for your subconscious mind. So you prevent yourself from falling into this negative thought patterns.
Yeah, I love that because it's so easy to fall back into thoughts that are not that supporting, because our brain is wired to protect us. So we are
Mhm.
always looking for the danger out there and
Yes.
of ways to avoid it instead of creating the magic right away, right? We kind of doing the detour, and it takes a while to understand that you can just straight go to your abracadabra and skip all that worrying thing and get the energy right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just natural that we are all worrying and we have problems to deal with and challenges. It's just a matter of how much energy do we waste with it. And as you mentioned, of course, there are all these dangers, and you're right, our brain and our subconscious mind are always aimed to protect us. But we can turn that around and really set all these things that remind us about positive things and do uplift our energy. So when you think of your favorite restaurant, so this will uplift your energy. And it's also the power of the environment, because you get triggered by it. And then when you pass other places where you made bad experiences or whatever, this will trigger all the negative thoughts in your mind. But the choice is yours.
Yeah, that's really great. The choice is yours. And you must know best, because you create something out of the impossible into the possible. And so I really, really love that. Thank you so much for having been on Hard Cells. I so enjoyed our time together, and I can't wait to share more of your wisdom in the Sales Mentality Makeover Masterclass. And as the class already says, it's about mindset makeover, a mentality makeover, to support people in their businesses to get much better results, to create a lifestyle and a business that they truly, truly love and that they are totally excited about. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. People can come to christineschlonski.com to sign up for the masterclass, as well to check out this podcast episodes with all the show notes and resources, and also find your amazing podcast, The Pure Mind Magic.
That's it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for having been on Hard Cells. And I'm so looking forward to the masterclass with you.
Thank you so much, Christine, for inviting me. It was a great pleasure to meet you in person, and I'm so glad we could make that happen. And I can't wait to have you on my show and also to see you again, because as I said, you are such a powerful powerhouse, I have to say. That's amazing. And I'm sure you are helping so many people out there with this unique work you are doing.
Thank you so much. And coming back to what you said earlier, the same frequency attracts the same frequency. So thank you so much for you as a powerhouse and with all the mind magic you are creating. And I'm looking forward to the masterclass. So thank you for sharing all your amazing secrets with us today.
Thank you.
Bye for now. I loved every minute with Jennifer, especially the approach on rejection, that you just then go and focus on yourself and do something to elevate yourself, to tune into your self-worth. And in case you don't feel worthy enough because you've gotten the no, you do something to get that self-worth up. What a great point. So I hope you really enjoyed the magic for the last 2 episodes with Jennifer. Make sure you check out her podcast, Pure Mind Magic. I love the title, and her interviews are amazing and very inspiring. Hop on over to christineschlonski.com. This is where you find the podcast episode with a transcript, the show notes, all the links to Jennifer. And also make sure you sign up for the Sales Mentality Makeover Masterclass. This is a free class for you where Jennifer is teaching a segment together with amazing other entrepreneurs. So you want to make sure that you tune in and learn spiritual and practical steps of how to increase your sales and create true wealth without losing your authenticity. Hop on over to christineschlonski.com, find all the magic over there, and make sure you register for the masterclass. I'm so excited. Thank you for having been here, for listening, and I can't wait for you to tune into the next episode where again there will be some magic. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. Bye for now.